I'm standing in the room that I was shot in. It's a real small utility room, and I'm going to tell you what happened, and then I'm going to show you some, get up a little closer. On the day of the murder attempt, January 28, 2012, a Saturday, I come home from the grocery store. I noticed that somebody was inside my home again. I've been reporting repeated burglaries to the police for over a year by this time. I get this idea to tie wire my spare door shut, okay? And because the ex-wife had already told me that there was a trap door here in this house, but she didn't tell me where it was at. She had just moved out a few weeks earlier, okay? And so I was wanting to compartmentalize my home and to try to figure out where this trap door was at. So I spent a couple hours as a tower and these doors shut. And what I didn't know is I trapped a burglar in my bathroom on the other side of the house in that room. And I was on the other side of the door with a gun, never right to protect my life and property. This is my home. They're breaking my home. That's what I've been reporting to the police. Well, it looks like that's when they decided to kill me, and this was the perfect murder. I mean, that's what it was, because nobody would suspect that somebody under your home had shot you, especially with police that's tampering with the evidence lying on police reports, the police that are under your home covering this up. Nobody would ever. And I'd already been told about 5 weeks earlier, the police were here, and the ex-wife told me, says, we're creating a document trail on you. And I wondered if they wasn't planning my murder 5 weeks in advance, creating this document trail. Oh, he's crazy and he shot himself. Oh, we get the house and all that, and that's the most important thing, because the $1 million underground home in the backyard. And so anyways, I was going through my house, and I was securing every room, looking under the furniture and the closets, and I had my 9mm, I had my shotgun, and room by room by room by room. And I got into this room right here, okay? And that goes to the garage right there. Okay, so I put my shotgun down, probably on top of the washer dryer, which is right here. And I had to unlock this door. It's a different door, but I had them other locks on it because of the crimes. I had those special locks on it. And so it took 2 hands to get that up. So I put the gun down, and I stepped right about here, and I fell to the ground. Okay, boom. I didn't know what happened. You know what I mean? And so I jumped right back up, and I fell right back down because my ankles shot out. And then I'm seeing all this blood. And I was ambushed. That's what happened. They ambushed me. Well, the one thing I'm going to show you is, there ain't no room from this wall to this cabinet right here. And there really ain't enough room for a shotgun. I wasn't shot with my gun. Multiple proof shows I wasn't shot with my gun. And more than that, I wasn't even shot with a shotgun, because you don't got enough room in here for a 4-foot long shotgun. I believe I shot with a handgun loaded with a plastic tip pellet-filled bullet to make it look like I shot with a shotgun. And so, anyways, I'm going to show you here in a minute where the shot come in on the right-hand side of my foot, right here, and it went out the back. So I know that the angle was right here, and the person, I know it come from under that cabinet. This cabinet is, I pulled it out when I got back, and found concrete under there, and I replaced the cabinet, but with one that was similar to the first one. But the cabinet, when I first bought this home, is missing the door, it's missing the kickboard, it's missing shelves. Well, I mean, who would think that was a trap door? There's $1 million underground home in the backyard to have an wholesale party. Nobody would ever suspect that. Just like nobody would suspect somebody had shot me. The other thing is that before I was shot, I had the burglar alarms going off the attic over and over and over. And I couldn't find my cell phone. It went missing. They had stolen my cell phone, and I didn't know it until after I shot. But I had the cordless phone in my pocket. I would never carry a big old cordless phone in my pocket. But I had burglar alarms going off. And then after I fell to the ground, I tried to call for help, and I didn't have any communications. My cell phone was gone. My home phone was gone. This was premeditated, cold-blooded murder. They tried to kill me. That's all there was to it. I was supposed to bleed out and die. And so I screamed for help. Nobody, all these neighbors right here, nobody come to help, And so I crawled out on my hands and knees. That's caught on video. And the only reason I had the security cameras was because of the crimes I'd been reporting, the burglaries, the people in the attic. And so when I got back out of the hospital, I found them secret police pictures in my bedroom, and one of them showed Rosie Rodriguez, Detective Rosie Rodriguez, and April Chandler leaned over my nightstand like this. Okay, that's where I found my cell phone had been planted behind that nightstand, and I looked at the timestamps on the pictures, and it looks like they waited for all the other police to leave my bedroom, and then they went over there and planted my cell phone behind my nightstand. You know, and when I got back home, my home phone was back working. So my home phone's back working, my cell phone's planted behind there, and but I got this picture of Rosie leaned over my nightstand with April Chandler standing right next to her. Okay, and so I mean, real clear to me, that's when they planted that phone. The other thing I saw in the police reports was Rosie put on the police reports, yeah, Buddy said that his phone wasn't charged, so he crawled outside. I never said that. She made that up. That was one of her many lies that she made up, you know. But why would she say that? And the reason she did was because she knew there was no reason for me to crawl out with all this communication I had. The reason I crawled out was because they had stolen my cell phone, cut my phone lines before shooting me, okay? And she was excuse making. That's what she's doing. That's why she made up that lie and put it on the police report about Buddy said his phone wasn't charged. Well, I had that cordless phone. It was fully charged, but it was dead because they disconnected the home phone lines, and my cell phone had been gone. They just, you know, and here I've been reporting these break-ins. They have this access to my house, and come and go all they want. And so let me get down here and show you a little bit more. Okay, I'm sitting right where I fell. Okay, and the shot coming from here, I want to show you how close. I was shot from point blank range by surprise with my phone lines cut. Okay, you know, they planned on me bleeding out and dying. They planned on killing me. That's all there was to it. And so I want to show you here on my foot, right here. This is where the shot come in, and then it come out the back. So the shot was actually this direction right here. And we know multiple pieces of evidence shows that I wasn't shot with my gun. So I know for a fact that's where the shot come from that weird cabinet that was there. And you know, and the ex-wife had already told me that there's a trap door in this house, you know. And you know, I tell you who can tell you who where the trap door is Davis, Dickey, Chatwell, Angel, and Hill. Midland police officers, Davis, Dickey, because they were time stamped as being in my home, and they wasn't seen arriving on the security cameras that saw Woodward and Naylor. That's the reason that they withheld that police report for 6 years from me, is because that police report, them timestamps, proved they were under my home, and it was showing somebody under my home shot me. Very possible that one of them police officers is the one that did that. Whoever did it, you know, it's a cold-blooded killer. That's a fact, okay? Because this is a private home. They broke into a home. It doesn't matter if there's a trap burglar in there. That trap burglar called 911, gave themselves up, and gone to prison for burglary, right? You know, and I mean, that's all there's to it. That has no bearing whatsoever on it that burglar was trapped. This person, I didn't know they were there. They were in no danger whatsoever. They could have left out of the same tunnel that they come into, but they chose to kill me. That's what happened, you know. But God saved my life. I give him all the praise and glory. That's when I crawled out, drove to the 7-Eleven. You know, another thing I seen on the cameras is the first police officer here was Martin County Sheriff John Woodward from Martin County. This is Midland County. Wasn't dispatch, you know, from a whole nother county. Shows up my front door. He comes up with a spotlight on, a spotlight. They were looking for me, okay? And I believe I probably wouldn't be alive if they had found me. You know, I'd already crawled out and left right before he did. And I believe they were under my house, you know, and then they come up and come back around is what happened. And even more than that, you know, they're coming in from the Home Depot tunnel. We found it, you know, going in that store, going underground, coming back over here. So they had come back up, go back out, get in the car, and drive back around. You know, that's what it took them. The 19 minutes to get back over here, and then they're in front of my house without being dispatched. Their name's missing from the police report. And you know, so anyway, this is the perfect murder, but I'm alive and I'm still talking. And as far as I know, they're still killing. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.